What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Chicago Bulls, whose season ended with a play-in loss to the Miami Heat. The goal here is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons, and if I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, and without any further ado, it's time to get into this video, man.
Let's get it.
Just a subpar season for the Bulls, man, and it really seems like they've kind of hit their ceiling with this group. Now, granted, they've been dealing with some injuries, Lonzo Ball being a big one. We'll get into that here in a second. But it seems like even when healthy, I can't even imagine this team making like the conference finals. I just think their ceiling is very limited, so it's kind of tough, man, because do I want to invest even more and make more moves to help this team win? Obviously, the Nikola Vucevic one really limited their draft capital moving forward. Or do I want to just hit the reset button where I think we got a lot of pieces, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan being the 2 big ones that can actually get us something back. These are just things that I got to consider, man. But let's go and take a very quick look at the roster here and just check this thing out. So Patrick Beverley is the starting point guard, obviously with Lonzo Ball out. This is a guy that they got via the buyout market, got bought out from the Orlando Magic after being a part of that Mo Bamba trade with the Lakers. And then, yeah, man, came over here to Chicago. I believe he's from Chicago, definitely from the state of Illinois, but I think he is from Chicago. And yeah, man, just brings a lot of grit to this team. He's one of those guys where it seems like whatever team you put him onto, he's going to make them better just because he gives them that edge, that physicality. We saw that in Minnesota as well. And I really like what he did here. However, I don't think he'll be a part of our plans long term. Well, one, he's 34 years old, but really I'm just speaking even next season. As we take a look at his contract, he's on an expiring deal. I'm leaning towards hitting the reset button, and if I do that, I'm definitely going to go with guys like Kobe White and see if there's maybe something there. So yeah, Patrick Beverley might not really fit the timeline. At the 2, we got Alex Caruso. This is another guy who would have value if we move on from him. 29 years old, so he wouldn't fit the timeline if we hit the reset button. But is a really good defender, above league average from deep this season, which is really nice because he took a step back last season. It's just really unfortunate, man, because when he was healthy alongside Lonzo Ball, that was a really nice defensive backcourt. I think that's when this team was at its best. But again, if we do start to look towards the future, Alex Caruso is definitely somebody who I think we could move on from and get maybe like a first-round pick even. I really think the market is there for him. He's on a decent deal, $9 million for next season, about 9.5, and then he has a team option for the next year that I would imagine any team that gets him would decide to pick up. So you're getting 2 years of Alex Caruso on a good deal. That's definitely something that a lot of teams would be interested in. At the 3, we got Zach LaVine. Speaking of things teams would be interested in, man, Zach LaVine is our most valuable piece here if we do decide to really blow it up here in Chicago. 28 years old. As you take a look at the contract, it is a lot of money. We're getting into the 40 range next season. But man, taking a look at the stats here, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. We round up around here, shooting that thing really well from deep, has been doing that pretty much his whole career. He's just a walking bucket, man, and he's really getting into his prime years here. So I think if we were to move on from him, we could get some young pieces. We could get some draft capital, which would be really big because, again, we don't have a whole lot of that after that Nikola Vucevic trade. I think that's a big priority here, is getting some more draft capital. And yeah, Zach LaVine would definitely help us recoup our losses, that's for sure. Then at the 4, we got DeMar DeRozan, another guy who isn't as valuable as Zach LaVine, but still is somebody that a lot of teams will want to get. 33 years old, so his window is a little bit more limited than a guy like LaVine, but still, man, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting that thing really efficiently per usual. Above 50% from the floor. Obviously not much of a 3-point shooter, but has the mid-range game, has the veteran presence, and has the closing ability. And to make him even more enticing for teams, he's on an expiring deal next season. So if you're just looking to make a push for a title, bringing in DeMar DeRozan for a year would definitely be good. I'm not sure how much we can get back for him. I would love to get some sort of draft capital again, and maybe even a young piece. So I'll just have to see what the market's looking like this offseason and the start of next season. Then at the 5, we got Nikola Vucevic. This is somebody who, like I said, was brought in by the Bulls in an effort to become more competitive. And man, with hindsight being 2020, it was not the best trade for the Chicago Bulls because the Magic got back Wendell Carter Jr. has turned out to be really solid. Now, granted, maybe he doesn't flourish in Chicago because I think a big part of his progression has just been getting a new change of scenery. So that one you can kind of let slide. But then you look at the picks, man. They got a 2021 first-round pick that ended up being number 8 overall, ended up being Franz Wagner, who's a really nice player there in Orlando. And then they also have our pick this season, which is going to be towards the end of the lottery. So yeah, man, it was a lot to give up for Vucevic. Those are definitely pieces that I would love to have back in Chicago because now I am trying to hit the reset button, and guys like Wendell Carter Jr., Franz Wagner, and a lottery pick would be great. But again, hindsight is 2020, man. They were trying to make a move to become competitive. But yeah, I definitely think this team has reached its ceiling, especially with Vucevic at the 5, a guy who's very limited defensively. Obviously, he can score. As you take a look at that, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, shooting the ball above league average from deep, which is nice. Shooting the ball actually really efficiently, the most efficient he's been since 2018, 2019. So that's good to see. But yeah, man, the lack of defense, and with him already being 32 years old, I gotta imagine he'll start to regress pretty soon here in 2K. So it's tough, man. He is on an expiring deal. You best believe we're gonna bring him back and do like a sign and trade. I'm not just gonna let him walk for nothing, because if we are gonna hit the reset button, which I think is what I'm gonna do, I definitely want to get anything that I can in return. I can't just let guys walk away for nothing. Then off the bench, we got Andre Drummond. This is somebody who will give you about 15 minutes of really good production, and no more, no less, as we take a look at this here. Actually, 13 minutes. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, this is just somebody who provides some backup center depth. You know, he's going to give you some contributions on the glass as we take a look at this. Per 36 is a better indicator. Yeah, one of the best rebounding bigs of all time, honestly, but you're not getting much else. And at 29 years old, man, he's probably going to start regressing pretty soon here. I'm going to see what we can get out of him. I think he's on an expiring deal. Actually, it's a player option. I'm not sure if he'll accept it, but either way, I definitely think we would re-sign him and then trade him away just for whatever we can get, which I'm not expecting it to be much, but maybe some seconds, something like that. Then we also got Patrick Williams off the bench, and this is definitely somebody who is a part of our future plans. 21 years old, 4th overall pick. The comparison for him coming out of Florida State was Kawhi Leonard. You can see it, man, in his movements and the way he kind of carries himself. Obviously, has a ways to go until he becomes that, but if he can get anywhere near that here in Chicago, then that would be a welcome sight. As you take a look at the stats, it's 10 points, 4 rebounds, shooting the ball well from deep, which is really nice. Yeah, man, I'm not sure what exactly his ceiling is going to look like, especially here in 2K. Still, though, he's a young piece, one of our better young pieces, and you best believe we're going to give him every opportunity to shine once we move on from a guy like DeMar DeRozan. As we take a look at his potential here, C+, not the best, man. Hopefully he proves me wrong, though, because we're going to need some young guys to step up. Then we got Javonte Green. This is an undersized big. I mean, undersized. 6'5" as a power forward, and they even have him running a little bit of small ball center sometime. As we take a look at his stats here, 5 points, 3 rebounds, shooting the ball efficiently. He's 29 years old, an undrafted guy. I definitely think he provides a lot of hustle, and there's definitely some value for him around the league. As you take a look at his contract here, he's another guy that we'd have to re-sign and then eventually move on from. If you guys are noticing a trend here, most of these guys are not going to be on the team next season or the year after that. Now, I want to say I am limiting myself to 3 trades per season, 2 trades per offseason, just trying to keep it realistic. So I can't get rid of everybody at once, but best believe we're going to have a lot of new faces here in Chicago, because I think that's the best thing that we can do right now is just get draft capital, get some youth, and just try to build from the ground up, man. Then we also got Derrick Jones Jr. here, high flyer at the 4, 6'6", bit of an undersized guy once again. This team doesn't have a whole lot of size, man. As we take a look at the stats here, it's nothing too crazy, pretty similar to what he's been doing with his past few teams, the Trailblazers, the Heat, even the Suns. So yeah, man, not a whole lot to say about Derrick Jones Jr. He does have a player option for next season. Not sure if he'll accept it or not. Either way, we are going to be moving on from him and getting whatever we can in return, man. This is somebody who I do want to keep, though, Kobe White. Now, I'm not too high on him. He's not going to be our guy who will like lead the next era of Chicago Bulls basketball. It's nothing like that. 23 years old, 7th overall pick from 2019. I think he's better off just as like a spark plug off the bench. I think that's really where he's able to thrive. But we're going to give him every opportunity next season, man, as our starter, just to see what's there. 10 points this season, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Really wasn't doing much at the start of the season, but I think started to play some good basketball down the stretch. There's even some reports saying that the Bulls don't want to bring back Patrick Beverley because they saw enough out of Kobe White to where I think he could have a bigger role next season. So he's done some good things as of late, man, but we're going to have to see a whole lot more of it next season. That will be really big for us in terms of our rebuild process. Then we also have Ayo Dosunmu, who has really played himself out of the rotation almost entirely. Just hasn't done a whole lot, man. As we take a look at the stats here, he got plenty of opportunities last season, really as their lead guard when Lonzo Ball was out. As you can take a look at the minutes per game, it was 27. This year it's gone down just a little bit, but especially as of late, towards the end of this season, just wasn't doing much for them, man. Was not doing much. I don't think his potential is very high here in 2K. But yeah, C+. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of Ayo, man. If he can be like a nice backup guard for us once Kobe White becomes our starter, then that would be great. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm not really attached to him. I can move on from him pretty easily. Then we got Dalen Terry here also in the mix. This guy's 20 years old, 18th overall pick in 2022. Not a whole lot that we saw from him just because they didn't get a whole lot of opportunities. He can't really shoot the ball too well, as you can see, 28%. He's a decent defender, got some good size. But yeah, didn't really see a whole lot out of him this season because it was such a small sample size. So we're going to give him some more opportunities next year and to see what he can do. Then we also got a couple more guys here that I'm not really expecting much out of. Marko Simonovic, he is a second-round pick. Yeah, second-round pick in 2020. He's 23 years old. Small sample size. Don't really know too much about his game if we're being honest. But he has a lot of size, which is nice. We definitely need that here. So maybe there's something, maybe there's not. But with the C- potential, I'm not expecting a whole lot. Not really expecting much out of Carlick Jones either. 25 years old, undrafted. Not a whole lot to say here as well. And then this is the big one, man. Lonzo Ball. Super unfortunate, man. 25 years old, having his third knee surgery, which it seems like will keep him out for all of next season as well. Man, it's just so unfortunate because, like I said, when this team was fully healthy with Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso in the backcourt, they were one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. Now, granted, it was very early in the season. We didn't really get to see it like in a full playoff setting, but still, that team seemed to have a lot of potential. And now with Lonzo Ball out, it's really kind of changed the whole direction of this team. As we take a look at the stats, man, I mean, he was playing some good basketball last season. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting that thing ridiculously well, man. One of the best three-point shooters in the league until he got hurt. And yeah, man, missed all of this season, is likely to miss all of next season. I just don't know what I want to do with him. He's 25 years old at this point. It's not like I can really trade him because it's not like he's going to have a whole lot of value. As we take a look at his contract, making about 20.5 next season, and then a player option for 21.5 the year after that. I think in 2K he'll decline that, but in real life he would definitely be smart to accept it because I don't think any team is going to be paying him that much money after he just missed 2 years. It would be by that time. I think if I were to move on from Lonzo, I'd probably have to attach some sort of draft compensation, which at this point is something that I don't want to do because we already are limited with our picks, and it's not like I'm going to get much back. I would just be selling stock on him at its lowest point, so I don't want to do that, man. I think we're going to hold on to him. I normally don't do injuries for my realistic rebuilds, but I will have him out for all of next season just to keep it realistic, and then the year after that, man, we'll just have to see what happens, man. He would kind of fit the timeline at 25 years old. He would be like 27 by our second season, so I wouldn't be opposed to keeping him. But, man, it's just a tough situation with Lonzo. You got to feel for the guy who has just not been able to stay healthy throughout his career. So that's a look at the team, man. Let's go ahead and take a very quick look at our 3-year game plan, which will start next season, since obviously we're here in the playoffs already. This year is over for the Bulls. So next year will be our first season, and for that year, man, I want to trade Zach LaVine and trade DeMar DeRozan and just get whatever I can in return. I need young pieces. I need draft capital. I need whatever I can get in order to start this rebuild because I am going to be building from the ground up here in Chicago. Then for season number 2, man, I just want to buy low on good talent. It's kind of similar to a lot of my other rebuilds when I do a massive teardown like I am going to do here. I just want to see what I can find, man. If there's any guys out there who need a change of scenery, who have some potential, I'm going to buy low on them and give them every opportunity here to shine. And for season number 3, I just want to continue to develop the young core. I don't think we're going to be competitive by the 3rd year. This is probably a rebuild that's going to take like 4 or 5 seasons, man. It is what it is, man. This team needs a lot of help. There's a reason why I've been procrastinating doing this rebuild, but I'm excited, man. Let's go ahead and jump right into it here. We are here in Start Today mode, or at least a version of Start Today mode that was made by somebody else, because 2K still has not fixed their Start Today mode, man. Y'all got to do better. Luckily, somebody recreated the playoffs here, and I'm hoping it'll work. I honestly haven't even tried it out yet. Let's go ahead and see here. Can we simulate this whole playoffs? It looks like we can. Thank goodness. Okay. Yeah, because with the current 2K, it'll just literally kick you out here, which is the worst thing. But okay, we got the Hawks and the Lakers here in the finals. Who's going to win? Not like it matters to us. It's the Hawks. Man, no surprise there. 2K loves the Atlanta Hawks. All right. So we're here at the draft lottery. Let's go ahead and see what pick would have been ours, and it is the 11th pick, going to the Magic as a part of that Nikola Vucevic trade. But hey, man, I'm going to find a way to get myself into the draft here by making some trades. Let's just go ahead and jump into it right now. So I think the first domino to fall is going to be DeMar DeRozan. This is somebody who, like I said, has plenty of value, man, around the league for teams that are looking to win now. And I think one of those teams is the Dallas Mavericks. They obviously bought in here, getting Kyrie Irving onto the team. We'll see if they re-sign him this offseason. But as of right now, they do have him on the squad. They had a disappointing year, and I think the addition of DeMar DeRozan will be a really nice piece for them in Dallas. I love the fit, and I also love what I can get in return here. Jaden Hardy, to me, is super interesting, man. 21 years old, 2nd round pick in this past year's draft. But you got to remember, before his 1 year with the G League Ignite, this is the guy who was supposed to go in the lottery. I mean, there was a lot of hype around him. It really died down leading up to the draft. However, in his first season, I think he's done a couple of good things here, man. In a limited role, as we can take a look at this, about 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. But he did some really nice things when Luka and Kyrie were hurt down the stretch this season. He had 12 points here in one game. He had 20 points in another one, 27, 20. I mean, these are all in a pretty limited role, and he's just a bucket, man. I think if we bring him here to Chicago, he'd get every opportunity to be our guy of the future in the backcourt. So then we'd also get Davis Bertans here for salary filler. Now, we'd be willing to eat his contract, 17 M's this upcoming season, and then 16 M's the year after that. But it's a team option, so we would decline it. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. And then hopefully we can get a 2026 first round pick as well. Just getting some draft capital, man. It's not the one that I want to get into this year's draft. I was going to try to get that here, but I'm not able to trade for it. So it is what it is. Yeah, man, I'll take any draft capital I can get. I think this is a good deal, man. Let's go ahead and see if they will accept it, and they will. DeMar DeRozan, thanks for your service. And for my second and final offseason trade, I'm going to try to send Alex Caruso to the Oklahoma City Thunder for the 18th overall pick. Now, this is a team that has a whole lot of picks, man, over the next few seasons. Just honestly way too much. I've talked about this in a few previous rebuilds. I even did a realistic rebuild of the Thunder. Should be popping up here. Yeah, man, they're not even going to have enough roster spots for all of this. They still have the 12th pick and the 26th pick in this draft. But most importantly, man, what I think they need is just a nice backup point guard or shooting guard. I think Caruso would be a really nice fit, man. You'd have the shooting of Isaiah Joe off the bench paired up with Alex Caruso's defense. Seems like that would be nice here. So let's go ahead and see if we can pull off this trade, and we can. The Bulls are in the draft, man. So I'm here at the 18th pick, and honestly, this is a really easy decision. Keontae George is still sitting here, 19 years old, from Baylor, a 6'4" guard. He can play the 1 or the 2. That's an easy decision, man. Keontae George, welcome to the team. So I'm here in free agency trying to sign Nikola Vucevic. This is really just going to be a sign and trade. He's not a part of our long-term plan, but I'm not going to let him walk away for nothing. So let's go ahead and bring him back. I'm also going to do the same for Andre Drummond, Javonte Green, and Patrick Beverley. Can't let them walk for nothing, man. So they're back on the team. So our top 2 guys stay put here. No progression. That's totally fine because they're a little bit older. Patrick Williams, though, up 2 to a 79. We like to see that. Jaden Hardy up 1 to a 77. Just looking at the young guys, honestly, the ones who are going to be here. Kobe White up 1 to a 76. Ayo DeSumo up 2 to a 76. Even Lonzo Ball is progressing despite being hurt. That's one of the major problems I have with this rebuild is that even though Bro's going to miss 2 seasons, he's probably going to come back like an 86, 87 overall. It is what it is, man. It's out of my control, as we also see Dalen Terry going up 1. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and move on to our first official season where we got some major moves to make. Let's get into it. So I'm trying to pull off a big trade, man. I'm trying to send Zach LaVine and Patrick Beverley to the New York Knicks for RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, and 2 first-round picks, 1 in 2024 that belongs to the Pistons, and then the Knicks one in 2025. If you're the Knicks, is a team that in real life just went up 3-1 on the Cleveland Cavaliers as I'm recording this today, Sunday afternoon. Shout out to them, man. Some people might view that as, hey, let's not make any changes to this team because they're playing so well. I personally view that as, hey, this team is playing well. Let's give them one more piece so where they can really be competitive. Zach LaVine would definitely be that. He would just get to go over there and just get buckets. We'd also get them Patrick Beverley, who would be a great fit. Can you imagine that under Tibbs, bro? Yeah, that would be really nice as well. And we'd also be getting back some good stuff, man. RJ Barrett is 23 years old. As we take a look at his stats here, he didn't really take that next step that a lot of people expected him to this season. Kind of up and down. Has been playing well in the playoffs, at least the past few games. But still, man, if we bring him here to Chicago, he's going to get every opportunity to be our main guy. We're also getting Evan Fournier here just for salary filler. He has a team option for next season that we wouldn't pick up. And then, yeah, man, those 2 picks, if I can get both of them, that would be great. I'm kind of aiming high, but I'm expecting them to counter and say no to it. Let's go ahead and see here. They want Nikola Vucevic and a first-round pick of our own here. Not going to do that. Let's go ahead and just do it like this here because Vucevic would never play under Tibbs. That just would not work out. I'll set up for 1 first-round pick, man. Can we get this deal done? Now it's Javonte Green, Jeremy Lamb for Mitchell Robinson. Bro, why do you want to give up Mitchell Robinson so bad? I don't get it. Give us somebody else instead. Like, I'll take on another player if that's all you want to do. Like, I'll go ahead and take on one more here. Like, honestly, I'm fine with this. Let's see, man. Can we get this deal done here? Now they want a 2nd-round pick, and they'll give us a 1st. Bro, 2K is a wild game. Like, ignore all of this, man. This is a lot of extra stuff. It's just to make it work here on 2K. But I think in real life, it would be Zach LaVine and Patrick Beverley for RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, and a 1st-round pick. Can we get this deal done? 1 more second for Isaiah Hardenstein. Whatever, bro. Let's make it happen. Zach LaVine, thank you for your service. So here's a trade I'm thinking for Nikola Vucevic, man. I will be sending him and Miles McBride over to the Los Angeles Clippers for Robert Covington, Marcus Morris Sr., and a 2028 first-round pick that's unprotected. This is something that I don't think will pay off for a while because obviously this pick is in 2028. That would be heading into the start of our 4th season. I think that pick would be really valuable because I don't think Kawhi Leonard or Paul George will still be on the team by then. They would be in like their mid-30s, a little bit past that. So this could potentially be a very bad team, in which case that will pay off. But for right now, I think their window is starting to close. So bringing in Nikola Vucevic would be a really nice addition. I mean, you would essentially just have him be your starting center and Zubac be your backup. I think that's a move that they would make. And for us, like we said, we're just banking on that pick being valuable later down the line. Let's go ahead and just see if they will accept this trade up. I'd imagine they will, and they do. There we go, man. Nikola Vucevic, thanks for your service. And I think that's it, man. We got Keontae George, Kobe White, RJ Barrett, Patrick Williams, and now Andre Drummond starting. That should be interesting. Off the bench, you got Jaden Hardy, Isaiah Hardenstein, Dalen Terry, and Ayo DeSumo. That's our 9-man rotation. I just want to give minutes to the young guys, man. That is the plan for this season. Give them every opportunity to shine, and we'll just see who takes advantage of it the most. But either way, this team is going to be very bad, which is good because we have our own pick in this upcoming draft. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. We're going to simulate this regular season and see how it plays out. I guess we finished 23 and 59. We were horrible, which is exactly what we wanted. Let's take a very quick look at the awards. Do we have anything here that concerns us? I don't expect this to. Yeah, definitely not getting coach of the year or anything like that. All right, let's go ahead and keep it moving here. Anything on these all-NBA teams? Probably like a rookie team selection for our guy Keontae George, which actually didn't happen. Actually got all rookie second team, so I guess I'll take that. We'll take a better look at the stats here in a second, but let's go ahead and check out these standings. So we were tied with the Brooklyn Nets for the worst record in the league. Really wasn't even close with the other teams. Our leading scorer was RJ Barrett, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. How did he shoot from deep? A little bit below league average. Pretty good, man. I will take that. Because last year was definitely rough for him. We also got Keontae George, our rookie, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. That is nice. Shot that thing horrendously, man. 37.7% from the floor is crazy. But Jaden Hardy, a lot better. 43.5, and then shot that thing really well from deep, almost 40%. He ended up finishing with 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists for his averages. We like that. Kobe White as a starter, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, pretty similar to Jaden Hardy. What is the per 36 looking like? About 19, 4, and 3 for Hardy, and for White, yeah, man. I think Jaden Hardy's going to be our guy next season, unless we bring in somebody else via the draft, which I don't think we will. I definitely think we need some more front court guys, especially when looking at Patrick Williams. Just an okay season, man. Pretty similar to what he did last year, as we take a look at that. Yeah, like these are pretty much the same stats, even got less efficient, so that's not great. Still has a lot of time. He's 22 years old, but I definitely need to see some more out of him. And I also need to get a center now that I'm looking at it. That is the big need because right now we're just rolling with Andre Drummond as our starter. 10 points, 12 rebounds, did his thing. But yeah, definitely not our guy of the future. Let's go ahead and just simulate this entire playoffs because it really does not mean anything to me. All I care about is that draft lottery where hopefully we will get a top pick that can maybe help turn this franchise around. It's the Hawks and the Thunder, man. Who's going to win it all? I'm going to say the Hawks, and they clean sweep them. Man, 2K loves the Hawks. Okay. But now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's check out this lottery. We're tied for the best odds for the top pick. We also have the 5th best odds from Portland. That pick is top 14 protected, so we're not going to keep it. And then we have that one from the Pistons, which is really from the Knicks. That's a Zach LaVine trade. So this is a really big moment for us, man. Let's go ahead and just rip the Band-Aid off. What pick do we have? As we are down to the number 5 pick. That's tough. We do have the 3rd pick, but that is top 14 protected. Like I said, 2K is just wrong about that. So I'm going to make that trade off camera. I'll give them their pick back. But yeah, top 5 pick. At the end of the day, I guess I can't be too mad about it. So I'm not going to lie, man. I have a tough decision here with the 5th pick. I can go for this guy, Frederick Rose. Like I said, I need a center, but he's 22 years old, man. And it says his ceiling is a starter. His floor is a starter. Apparently, it has to be Pau Gasol. Yeah, I'm not too excited about that just because, like I said, he is an older guy. If I want to go for fit, then I would get him. But if I want to just go for the best potential, then that's Terrence Gibson. This is a guy who's 19 years old, small forward / shooting guard. We really don't need that because Lonzo Ball is coming back next season. So I would imagine it would be him and Keontae George as our starting backcourt. And then obviously RJ Barrett is at the 3. I think I'm just going to go for potential as much as I want that center because, yeah, we're still a rebuilding team. It would be a good problem to have if he ends up being really nice for us and I don't have a spot for him. So let's just go ahead and make that pick happen, man. And I'm going to go for potential once again with our 14th overall pick, Lawrence Sheldon. This is a guy who's 18 years old, significantly younger than the rest of these guys, so that's great. They're saying he could be Draymond Green, which I would love to have on this team without a doubt. He's a 6'9" power forward / center out of Minnesota. Let's go ahead and make that happen, man. Welcome to the team. So Lonzo Ball declines his player option. That's a bit unfortunate. I don't know what he's going to be asking for. I just have a feeling it's going to be like 30 some, bro, because 2K is weird, but we'll have to see. But the good news is that we are going to decline Davis Bertans and Evan Fournier. That's going to save us $35 million, man. Pretty much a max contract spot. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with that in free agency. So Lonzo's actually being reasonable with us, which is great. He has no offers, expecting about 23 M's, just a little bit underneath that. We're going to try to shave off a couple of M's, my boy. I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to get this to under 20. I might be too greedy. Let's go ahead and find out if I can get that at a 19.99. Will he say yes to it? There we go. And we also have some money here in free agency. I'm not going after Anthony Davis. I just wanted to show you that we can offer this much money. So we have a lot to work with. I'm not going for anything too crazy because I want to keep it realistic, but I am going to look around and just see what I can find, man. So let's get into it. So I think the guy I want to go after is Nicholas Claxton, man. He's an unrestricted free agent. And like I said, I've been needing a center, expecting 30 M's, no offers. I'm definitely going to try to save some money here, but man, he would be a nice fit in Chicago because obviously Patrick Williams can space the floor, whereas Nicholas Claxton is just there to protect the rim. So we're going to try to make this thing happen, man. If I can get this down to like a little bit under 25, then that would be ideal. Like 24.99 would be great. Will he say yes? And it looks like he will. That's great. And then I also got to bring back Kobe White, unrestricted free agent, no offers, not expecting a whole lot. If I can get him to under 8 for a 3-year deal, that'd be great. And it looks like I will. And I actually have a bit of a decision here, man. Who do I want to bring back? It's really between Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu. I'm going to go with Kobe White. I just think if I had to pick one guy to be my guard off the bench, a little bit of a spark plug, Kobe White would be that guy. So we're going to roll with him, man. Let's go ahead and keep it moving and check out player progression now. So RJ Barrett is up 2 to an 86. Nicholas Claxton stays put. Lonzo Ball, man, healthy and ready to go. Now an 84 overall. He didn't progress after all once he was hurt, which is good because I want to keep this realistic. You would think he'd actually be getting worse, but hey, I'll take him just staying put, man. That's cool with me. Then we also got Patrick Williams up 3 to an 82. That's nice. Jaden Hardy up 3 to an 80. Keontae George up 2 to a 77. And Dalen Terry up 3 to a 77. We have a lot of progression here from the young guys, a lot of green arrows, actually all green arrows. So that's good to see, man. Let's go ahead and keep it rolling here with season number 2 now. So honestly, man, I don't think I want to make any changes with this team. We got Lonzo Ball, Jaden Hardy, RJ Barrett, Patrick Williams, and Nicholas Claxton. That's the starting lineup. Looks pretty good to me. Off the bench, we got Keontae George, Terrence Gibson, Dalen Terry, Kobe White, and Lawrence Sheldon, who I guess would be like our small ball 5 if we need one because we don't really have a true backup center. That's totally fine by me, man. We're going to give Claxton a bunch of opportunities here to be our main guy at the 5. But if you ask me, the team looks pretty good for year number 2. Let's go ahead and sim the regular season and just see how it plays out. All right, man, so I stepped away. Don't know what our record is. We'll find that out together. But let's go ahead and check out these awards here. Does any of this concern us here? I'm not really having high hopes for it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at these All-NBA teams now. Do we have anything here that will concern us? All defensive first team for Lonzo Ball. Back at it after missing 2 seasons and already on a defensive team. That's a good sign. We'll take a better look at the stats here in a second. Terrence Gibson, all rookie first team. Cool. That is our 5th overall pick. Yeah, 5th overall pick. Okay, cool. That's good, man. I will definitely take that as we go ahead and keep it moving. What is the record looking like? Did we make the playoffs? So we did. We're actually the number 4 seed, man, which is that's pretty wild. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings here. 54 and 28. I didn't think would be that good. Very surprising as our leading scorer is RJ Barrett. 25 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting that thing really efficiently. What about from deep? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. And then Jaden Hardy continues to be a sharpshooter. 42.4% is crazy, man. Averaging 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. We like that. Keontae George off the bench is averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Okay. Patrick Williams, these are career highs, I think, for him, right? 13 points, 5 rebounds. Yep, these are career highs. And is shooting that thing ridiculously well. 49% from deep. Yeah, he's spacing the floor really well, man. I think that's a good pairing with Nicholas Claxton, who, by the way, is averaging a double-double, 10 and 11. We round up around here. And then Lonzo Ball, like we said, made an all-defensive team, all-defensive first team. He's averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists. Hey, this is a pretty good team, man. This is a really good young team. Yeah, I'm really surprised that we're this good already. As we take a look at our rookie, 4 points, 3 assists. How did he shoot from deep? Not very good. He is our Draymond Green, so I guess that makes sense. But all right, man, let's go ahead and keep this thing moving here. As we're just going to go ahead and simulate the play-in and see what this matchup is looking like against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Josh Okogie, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Okay, cool. So we're going to lose in the first round. I'm pretty sure about that. I don't have high hopes here. I'm going to go ahead and just shorten the rotation right now because I am going to give it our best shot. You know what I mean? Like, we want to see what we can do here in a playoff setting. This is really good for the young guys. I think, yeah, that's probably the right decision. Let's go ahead and give some more minutes probably to like Terrence Gibson's on fire, man. I am going to lower that just a bit because he's still a rookie at the end of the day. I'm going to give some more minutes to some of our older guys. Let's go ahead and do it like that here. And I think that's it, man. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and just see what we can do against the Cavaliers here. We simulate game 1, we lose it. Okay. Down 2-0. Okay. Down 3-0. Yeah, man. Let's just go ahead and sim it. We're not beating this team. We're not beating this team. But at the end of the day, playoff experience in our second season is pretty good as we simulate the rest of this playoffs here. And it looks like we lost to the maybe eventual champions. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, okay. So I'm not too mad at it, man. Cleveland Cavaliers won it all. Darius Garland MVP. Shout out to him. So we do have the 25th overall pick. However, it's going to the Spurs as a part of the DeMar DeRozan trade. It was top 10 protected. Obviously, it conveyed. So that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and skip the draft. So the only guy I need to bring back is Patrick Williams. He has no offers, expecting just a little bit over 25. Again, man, you guys already know the deal by now. I'm going to save whatever money I can. Let's go ahead and knock this thing down to like 23.25, actually a little bit below 23. Would be ideal. 22.99 just because I'm petty. There we go. More green arrows, man, which is a beautiful sight. We didn't have a single person decline, which is nice. Our biggest jumps came from Keontae George and Terrence Gibson. They both went up by 4. They're both an 80 overall. That's really nice to see. Jaden Hardy up to an 82. That's nice. Then a couple of 1-pointers as well. I feel pretty good, man. We're heading into season number 3 where maybe we can start to be a little competitive. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and find out. And honestly, man, I don't think we have to do a whole lot. We got Lonzo Ball. We got Keontae George, who I am now starting over Jaden Hardy. He's got a little bit more size and is also a better defender, so we're going to roll with that. Then we got RJ Barrett. We got Patrick Williams and Nicholas Claxton. If you ask me, that's a really good starting lineup, man. I just want to give them a full year together and see what they can do, so I'm definitely not making any changes to the starting lineup. Off the bench, we got Jaden Hardy, who should be a 6th Man of the Year candidate. I mean, he is going to light it up without a doubt, so I'm excited to see what he can do. We also got Terrence Gibson. He was our 5th overall pick. Showed some good flashes here in his first year. Got, what was it, all rookie first team, second team? Yeah, first team, man. So we'll see if we can make that next jump in his second season. Also got Dalen Terry. We got Lawrence Sheldon, our quote-unquote Draymond Green. And then we got Kobe White. So I feel pretty good, man. I don't really think I need to make a whole lot of changes. Really any, actually. So let's go ahead and just simulate this season number 3, and see what it's looking like. I guess we finished 53-29 on the season. Victor Wembanyama now getting MVP. Yeah, he tends to do that by like the 3rd or 4th season. He's a monster. Do we have anything here that would concern us? That would be cool if we did, but it doesn't look like it. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and keep it moving here. Do we have any All-NBA selections? Let's see. We got Lonzo Ball, all defensive first team once again, back-to-back years. That's cool. Anything else? Yeah, no. Okay. All right, man, let's go ahead and see where we are here in the bracket. We are the number 4 seed, same as last year pretty much. Actually the exact same as last year. Top team is the Indiana Pacers. Okay, let's take a quick look at our stats. RJ Barrett is the leading scorer, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. That's nice, shooting the ball efficiently once again. Keontae George also doing his thing, 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. We like to see that. Jaden Hardy off the bench, man. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. That's good. Is he still shooting that thing really well? Come on, bro. He is a monster. We honestly have too many guards. We have so many guards, like Lonzo Ball still here as well. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Can't forget about Terrence Gibson either. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. This is our small forward. He might be able to be our power forward, especially if Patrick Williams is not really doing anything too crazy. He kind of took a step back this year as we take a look at his stats. Yeah, they went down this year. So maybe we move Gibson to a small ball 4, but that's probably a problem for next season. We'll see what happens. Also got Nicholas Claxton here, 8 points, 10 rebounds, nothing too crazy, but I'm not expecting him to do a whole lot. 2 blocks, that's really nice to see. We do round up around here. All right, man, let's go ahead and simulate this plan. We're going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Let's go ahead and check out this matchup. If it's the Hawks, I don't like my chances because you guys know 2K loves them. But they got Trae Young, they got DeJounte Murray, AJ Griffin, Jalen Johnson, and John Collins. All right, let's go ahead and shorten this to a 9-man rotation just because I'm not even going to mess around with it, man. As we go ahead and do that here, they want to take away minutes for Lawrence Sheldon. I'm not going to do that because that is our backup power forward center. We definitely need that. So I'll go ahead and take away minutes from Kobe White instead. Yeah, man, that is about as good as it's going to get. Let's go ahead and simulate this game by game here as we lose the very first game. Okay, 1-1. Way to bounce back, boys. Down 2-1. Don't go down 3-1. Okay, what can I do? What are you doing, Patrick Williams? Let's go ahead and find out real quick. Not a whole lot, man. We're going to try it out. We are going to try putting Terrence Gibson at the 4 because why not at this point? You know what I mean? So we're going to shorten Patrick Williams' minutes and just give some more to this guy and see what he can do with it, man. He is 6'9" at the end of the day. I mean, he's like the same size, actually taller than Patrick Williams. I don't know why I thought he was taller. All right, let's see. Is that the winning recipe? We're about to find out here as we do win the game. Okay, what did he do? Let me go ahead and find out. 18, 7, and 7 is not bad. We'll definitely take it. But, bro, Nicholas Claxton, 34 minutes, and you don't put up 1 point. I know I said I'm not looking for you to score a whole lot, but get something, my boy. That's crazy. All right. Let's go ahead and just run it back, man. I feel pretty good. We are going to simcast this just because I'm a little bit interested now. Can we force a Game 7 on the road? This would be pretty tough here. But if we can win it, we're coming back to Chicago. Is it going to happen? It's not looking like it. It's not looking like it. We made it close, but it is what it is, man. We end up losing to the Atlanta Hawks here in 6 games. We still haven't won our first playoff series of this realistic rebuild, which is a bit tough. We got the Pacers and the Rockets here. Who's going to win it? It's the Pacers, led by Brandon Miller. All right. So we have 2 picks in the upcoming draft. We got the 13th pick, which is from Dallas. That's the DeMar DeRozan trade. And then we have our own pick, which is 25. I'm not mad at it. So honestly, I don't want our 13th overall pick, man. We're trying to be competitive. I don't need another young guy. I'm going to try to get Malcolm Brogdon from the Boston Celtics, which wouldn't be realistic right now in real life. But look at the team, man. They don't have Jason Tatum. They don't have Jaylen Brown. This team is in full rebuild mode. They have no need for Malcolm Brogdon. I think they would definitely have a need for the 13th overall pick. And also Kobe White, who's like 26. He's not really like a guy for the future, but still, it's that pick that's the big selling point. And yeah, we don't really need Kobe White either. He didn't even get minutes for us once I shortened that rotation in the playoffs. So if we can get a nice veteran point guard off the bench, I think that'd be really nice. Let's go ahead and see what they say, and they say yes. Malcolm Brogdon, welcome to the team. And then I wasn't able to trade away the 25th pick. There weren't really any takers, so we're going to take this guy. Theory Servitas, I guess. 18 years old, small forward. I'm just going with the potential at this point. Not like there's even much of that, but he's 18 years old. He's way younger than the rest of these guys, so let's go ahead and do it. Not like it really matters. He's not going to get any minutes for us. So we have a lot of green arrows, man. Once again, the only person who is declining is Malcolm Brogdon. Understandable. He's 33 years old. He's just that veteran point guard for us off the bench, so I'm not too mad at it. Everybody else, though, looking really good. We got Terrence Gibson up 3 and Keontae George up 3. They're both now in 84. Yeah, we just have a well-balanced team, man. Like, we don't have a 90 overall, but we got a lot of guys who are progressing. So that's really good to see. Let's go ahead and move on to season number 4, where we're going to try to compete for a championship because it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready to go to bed, man. So I'm not going to lie, man. I was looking around trying to find an upgrade for Patrick Williams just because he didn't really do too well last season, and I was trying to replace him with Terrence Gibson in the starting lineup, but I couldn't find anything that made sense. So I think we're just going to run it back, and if we need to, we will put Gibson at the 4. Maybe I'll make a move come trade deadline if things aren't looking too good, but I think I'm happy with the rotation as we take a look at it. I mean, it's the same as last year, plus Malcolm Brogdon. So let's go ahead and just simulate this, man. Season number, what is this, 4 now? Yeah, man, it's time to make a run. Let's get into it. So I was going to make a move come trade deadline, but I didn't have to. We finished 60-22, our best record yet, so that's really nice. Victor Wembanyama MVP. Is there anything else here that concerns us? Coach of the year, Billy Donovan, man, we will definitely take that. Also got exec of the year, I'm assuming. Never mind. There's another team that's 60 and 22. Okay, so we got some competition there with the Lakers. Let's go ahead and take a very quick look at these All-NBA awards. Do we have anything here as we look around? Lonzo Ball, all-defensive second team now instead of first team, but that's still good. We will take that. We are the top team in the Eastern Conference. Yep, makes sense. And yeah, like we said, top competition is the Los Angeles Lakers, but there's a few other good teams here without a doubt. So it's definitely going to be tough, man, but I think we can win it all this year, which would be great because this is year 4. Keontae George leading the way now, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Actually really close right behind him is RJ Barrett with 21 points. So we got 2 guys who are really putting the ball through the hoop. That's nice to see. Terrence Gibson off the bench, 16 points. He should have been in the running for 6th man of the year, man. Also had 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Come on now. What did Patrick Williams do? 12 points. I actually upped his shot tendency off camera, and it still didn't do much. 12 points, 5 rebounds. I mean, it is what it is, man, at this point. He is shooting the ball really well from deep, so that's nice. And actually, we have a lot of guys who are shooting that thing, man. Yeah, I think this is our season. Let's go ahead and get into it then, as we are going to be going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Tough. That's the one team that we don't want to go up against, man. All right, they got Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, AJ Griffin, Tristan Vucevic, I guess. Vukovic? I don't know how you would pronounce that, but he's at the 4 now, and then they got Paul Reed. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this thing. Are we going to be able to get out the first round and win our very first playoff series? We win game 1. That's a good start. Up 2-0. Okay. 3-0. Okay. Okay, I was going to say, if we sweep the Hawks, bro, I don't even care that it's not the same team as it normally is or as it is in real life. 2K loves the Hawks, bro. So if we even gentlemen sweep them, that's really good. So that's super encouraging. We're now going up against the Orlando Magic. Okay, who do they have on the squad? They got Markelle Fultz, Kyrie Irving now in the mix. Okay, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Rudy Gobert at the 5. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and take this game by game as we win the very first one. We win the second one. Okay, 2-1. I was going to say we're not going to beat them too easily, but never mind. It's 3-1, 3-2. Okay. Hey, man, let's not have a game 7 because I definitely don't want that. It's already a 9-man rotation. How can I mix this around? I'm going to give a little less minutes to Lawrence Sheldon. I know he's on fire. I apologize, my boy, but I need some more minutes for our stars. So Keontae George, I need him to go up a lot. I need to give some more minutes to, let's see, not Malcolm Brogdon. We need to take that away. Who else can I give more minutes to? I'm going to give a little bit more to Lonzo Ball, a little bit more to RJ Barrett. I'm going to get Patrick Williams up to 29. Yeah, I don't want to mess with Terrence Gibson or Jaden Hardy. They've both been hooping this season, so I'm going to leave that as is. And I think that's it, man. Let's get Patrick Williams up to 30. Yeah, I think that's about as good as it's going to get. So let's get into this thing. Can we avoid a game 7 here? We can't, bro. We can't, bro. I'm just going to simcast it. I'm going to simcast it, man, because I feel good about the rotation. I don't think I can make any changes. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't lose this thing. We're here. We're here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. We are here in the conference finals going up against the Washington Wizards, who have Noel Simons. They got Johnny Davis now, a shooting guard. If you guys know, you know. That boy Johnny Davis becomes a beast in 2K. I've got a realistic rebuild for the Wizards. It should be popping up here. Yeah, where he is that guy. At the 3, they also have Cameron Whitmore. They got Kristaps Porzingis still. And now they got Clint Capella in the mix. Alrighty. Let's get into this thing, man. Can we advance to the NBA Finals? We win game 1. That's a good start. 1-1. Okay. 2-1. Let's go up 3-1, boys. Come on, man. Don't go down 3-2. Let's go. No game 7s. There we go. We're here, man. And what a finals matchup. The Lakers, the other team with the best record in the league. We both tied. They got Marcus Smart, Derek Whitehead, Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, and Jalen Duren. Hey, man, I know you Celtics fans hate the idea of Jason Tatum on the Lakers. I think that's like the second time I've seen that in the past few seasons here, or the past few rebuilds, I should say. But let's get into this thing, man. We lose game 1. That's tough. 1-1. Okay. 2-1. Okay. 3-1. Okay. And Chicago. We have done it, man. It took 4 seasons, but the Chicago Bulls have won it all. And look who gets finals MVP. Lonzo Ball. 3 knee surgeries, man. What a story. Coming back, averaging 12 points. Nothing too crazy, honestly. But 12, 6, and 10. We round up around here. Let's get it, man. That is a great story. Lonzo Ball leading the Bulls to a championship. This was a fun one, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. This has been 2KJ. Blessings.